Today we're here to talk about how a single fictional name can completely transform your life's journey, so keep watching, because in just a few days, new inmates have arrived, adding some spice to Andy's prison life. In the library, Sunny Tommy, who's been in prison since the teen, has joined. Tommy's arrival brought a spark of energy to the place. Andy sees an opportunity to get him involved with some exams he's offering extra help, and Tommy, being the eager little guy, and so they became teacher and student, finding a fun way to pass the endless time. But as exam day came, Tommy felt like he completely bombed it. His results were a total heartbreaker. It was like a nightmare, just not good at all. The scores weren't looking too promising. It was like getting clawed by a cat, leaving me with a panicky feeling. The examination results were still far from satisfactory. It was absolutely heartbreaking. Yet Tommy couldn't help but disclose to Andy his true identity along with all the significant matters he was privy to. But the warden was clearly not interested in Tommy's reveal. I mean, who wants to let go of their secret weapon? Andy was secretly thinking, if I leave again, I might lose a great job. If you bring up that money again, I'm about to blow my top. I don't want to hear about it anywhere. Now guess in here she's thinking about using your money, sir. A month of independence is vital for your relationship. This is my golden opportunity. Don't bail on me, this is my life, I'm not backing down. The silent warden decided to leave Andy in the doghouse for a month while waiting for Tommy. In the dark, Tommy's hopeful eyes sparkled, as if he could save Andy. When asked the judge's questions, Tommy didn't hesitate. Of course, sir. Ironically, the warden didn't catch that, and told the gods to take action on Tommy. That bright young guy's hope just vanished. When Andy got the news, he was heartbroken and obviously unwilling to do anything for the warden. The warden had other plans up his sleeve. After another month back in prison, Andy came out looking like he had just survived a battlefield. A year later, the parole board was coming up, and he asked to know it all about applying for parole. If she gets out, she hopes to run a hotel there, yes, Security, where forgotten memories are laid back. She wanted to buy a rundown boat, fix it up, and sail away, but Red recalls his 2 failed parole attempts. Andy's first parole application, after 20 years in prison, failed due to his caution. His last request was denied, so he just had to keep passing the days in prison. By the second attempt, her arms were already speckled with grey, but her answers remained just as sincere. Her eyes sparkled with longing and hope for the outside world. She was truly one of a kind. I've transformed into a different person, she asserted firmly. I'm no longer worried about society's opinions. She was clear as day. But it was evident that the warden wouldn't let her go. She was his cash cow, the money-laundering golden retriever. I guess you just came from straightforward choices. Work hard and survive. After a long wait, Andy and Red finally got a pressure shot. If you escape from here, can you do me a favor? She asked Red, if you get parole, make sure to visit a farm up north in Buxton. There's a long stone wall and a giant oak tree, and beneath it lies the treasure I left for you. When Andy said this, it felt like his last will and testament, which added to Red's unease. When Red found out Andy just borrowed a rope from another friend, his worry deepened. Outside, the storm raged as Red spent the longest night of his life. The next morning, he looked towards Andy's cell but found it empty, sensing something was off. When the warden learned Andy had mysteriously vanished, he was furious and wanted to drag Red in for questioning, but Red was clueless. In the throes of his anger, the warden vigorously picked up pebbles scattered by the window and began throwing them out in frustration when, all of a sudden, a chilling echo drew his attention. He swiftly tore down the poster on the wall and unexpectedly uncovered a concealed pathway. After a thorough search, he found nothing but a worn jersey and a nearly shattered rock hammer in the sewer nearby. It turns out that 19 years ago, when Andy first got that hammer, he just wanted to carve his name, but ended up easily chipping away rock. Looking at that fragile stone, a daring plan was quietly beginning to take shape. From then on, he used posters for cover, digging his way to freedom. Every morning, he dropped little bits of rubble on the yard, a habit that lasted 19 years until Thomas' incident. Finally, Andy decided he wouldn't wait anymore, so he started swapping out the warden's ledger. He quietly slipped away with a pair of elegant leather shoes, and once everyone had fallen asleep, in the dead of night, he meticulously stuffed all his important belongings into a sturdy bag, tied it securely to his leg. He then crawled into a narrow passage, using the loud thunder as cover. After several tries knocking on the rusty pipes, he finally broke through to a hole large enough, crawling along the water's path through the stinky drain. She called for a whopping 500 meters. When she finally emerged, it was like she burst out like a whirlwind, washing away all that grime. The next day, a guy named Andy showed up at the bank, a name that had only existed in the archives before.